everybody. Hi, it's Becky from PowerToolsWithThread.com. That's my blog. I've got so much to do and I wanted to visit with you guys. So I thought, well, I can multitask. So I'm going to visit with you while I finish Penny the chicken for Lori Holt's chicken salad. Now I had Penny finished, but I had put her name in the wrong font because I was using a different machine when we were on vacation with that one. So I am in the middle of shooting a video for Grace's quilt camp. They are going to have a quilting camp. It's a free virtual event and it's from Grace Company, the makers of my long arm and my frame. Well, I am going to be hosting the cutting clinic, and this is going to be July 14th and 15th is the whole camp, and then my cutting clinic is going to be on the 14th at 12:30 Mountain. So be sure to register. I'll put a link right below where you can register for that, and then set a reminder. You'll get email reminders as well anyway, but they're going to do some giveaways during the camp as well, so why not, right? But so that's got to get done. And one of the things I have to show in the cutting camp, because I'm a camp counselor, but one of the things I have to show in the cutting camp is how to square up a block. And I thought, well, Penny is a 12.5-inch square. I have a True Cuts 12.5-inch square ruler. Original Penny needed redone because her font was wonky. So I figured I'll just make a new Penny block. So that's what I'm doing right now. And we are on the placement stitch for the comb. So I went to my local quilt store today. I had to have an appointment over on that side of town. And I went over there, and right when I walked in, they had the cutest little Snowman applique quilt that was hanging up. It's, of course I bought it. Telephone. It's spam. Do you know them? I know y'all all know them. So, hold on a second. I got to do this. I created this. If you're new to my channel, I created this by scanning in the Lori Holt Simple Shapes, the plastic templates that Lori Holt has. And I outlined them, I traced around them with a pencil on some printer paper, and then ran that paper in through my scan and cut. And the scan and cut creates a cut file called an FCM file. And that file, I uploaded it to the Brother Canvas, which is free. So I could, make sure I have duplicates if I need them or whatever. But that file, when you download it, you download it 2 times. Once to the scan and cut, and it will cut out all the pieces. And that's what I've got here, is everything cut out for Penny. I changed her color. She's cuter now. And the chick and all that. And then the other download that you do is I downloaded to PC and then imported these pieces into Simply Applique. And with the touch of one button, it turned the entire thing into an applique embroidery file. So if that intrigues you, search Simply Applique on YouTube and all my videos will come up. I have a playlist on my channel for Simply Applique, anything that I've made with that. And you'll be able to see all that and see how it's done. It's fascinating. It's fun. No more of that stitch, stitch, stop, turn, stitch, stop. Hate that. Hate that. Life is too short. So, okay, there we go. Now, the Simply Applique creates placement line, tack down stitch, and the final stitch, which I am doing a blanket on these. I imported that design because it'll save to any kind of embroidery machine, any home embroidery machine. Doesn't matter if you have a Husky or a Bernina or a Brother like me or a Baby Lock, whatever. It'll work, work with all of them. But what I did then was I imported that file into Brilliance embroidery software and removed the tack down stitch because that's kind of a pain. What's next? Placement for the back wing. So now I only really have 2 embroidery stitches I'm doing, and that's just because I don't need the tack down stitch. So, because I have heat and bond on the back of all my pieces, and the cut files are exact because they're made from the same image. So it's only giving me a placement stitch and a final stitch. Those of you that have been watching me for a while, this is old news to y'all. I got a lot of new subscribers. Hi, welcome to my channel. I just like to hang out in the sewing room and visit with you guys. Okay, back wing, let's see. I did not cut the beak for the chick. That was an afterthought. So I'm gonna have to cut that the old-fashioned way. Got my little Cricut mini press here. I love this for doing applique. And the little pad I have underneath I got from Embroidery Garden. That's a in the hoop embroidery file that I got from Embroidery Garden. I just love machine embroidery. It's so much fun. It's fixing to rain, y'all. The skies are gray, and I'm tempting fate having Darla here up and running and not unplugged with a pending storm. I got to get this done though, because I've got to finish shooting that cutting camp. Okay, let me do this. Final blanket stitch. So back to that cute little applique. Look at this. It's called Believe. This is a pattern from Moda. It is adorable done up. Absolutely adorable. And this is made with, I'll link to this below too. They're called Twinkle, Moda Twinkle. And it is a blender by April Rosenthal, the designer April Rosenthal. So it's little tiny white stars, see that, on aqua. So that's the sky background, okay? And then the snowman himself is red, green, and tan stars on white. And then the sample quilt, see this one here has the binding in red, and the sample quilt was with a binding in green, and I really like this. I thought this looked great. So I got green because I'm a copycat for Betty over at Scrappy Quilter. Now they did not have this, the snow bank right here, all this snow on the ground is actually the light gray stars on white, and the store didn't have any. So I got, believe it or not, this is a grunge. It looks like a white, but it's not. It's a grunge. I don't know if you guys can see the color in this or not. Very, very, very light gray. I might try to see if I can find some of that twinkle and then get that in, and that way it'll look just like the one on the pattern. And if you do this, I want to let you know, you may want to back the white snowman body with either SF101 or some kind of iron-on something. I will probably cut it using like a cutaway stabilizer for embroidery, like a medium weight cutaway. You need something to make it opaque, because you can barely see it here, but it was really obvious on the store sample that the aqua showed through on this half of the body, and then down here, because it's on white, it was opaque. It looked fine, but you could see the aqua through here and on the face. So just a little note, if you plan on doing that, think about that. And then I got the red, the white stars on red. Again, this is called Twinkle by Moda, by April Rosenthal for Moda. And then this lime green are the trees and whatnot. Now all the other pieces for the letters and the different color greens for the trees and the colors for the, there's an orange and a red, all the twinkle and the spots on the scarf and everything, y'all, I just grabbed, they had a layer cake of twinkle. And this is perfect because there's at least 2 of every color in here. And the snow top trees, I've got the pattern in the bag upside down, I think. The snow tops on the trees also are that gray star on white twinkle that the store didn't have any more of, but there's 3 pieces of it in here. So I will be able to use it on this. I don't know if I'm going to order more twinkle with the gray or not. So I'm looking forward to putting that together. I think that's so cute. And I will be doing this using scanning in the pattern with the scan and cut to cut out all the pieces. And then I will be doing simply applique in order to put this applique quilt together. I'm not going to do a sew along, but I'll bring you along on my journey. The only thing with this is the Snowman is larger than my largest hoop, which is 10 by 16 on the Brother Luminaire. So the Snowman is going to have to go on the old-fashioned way where you've got to stitch it yourself on a domestic machine. She did it in a bean stitch or a little running stitch, like a raw edge applique, and it turned out fine. It should be pretty simple. So it's super cute, isn't it? What am I doing? Next is the placement line for the body. I just got to make sure it goes over my little legs, gets everything. Okay. I finished the Merry Christmas quilt. I'll put a picture of it right here. But I've got that done, and I got the binding on it. And I just took, y'all, I machine bind, okay? There's not enough hours in the day. So I machine bind. And my method to machine bind is I will take the binding and put it on the top with the raw edges together with the edge of the quilt. I'll do that on the long arm because it's easier, and then take it off when it's done, finish up the enclosure, and then iron it to flatten it out, and then I will fold it over and stitch in the ditch from the front. That's how I do that. And this is what the miter looks like on the back when I do that. This is Moda Gradients, Merry Christmas. It's out of print, and the backing is Pat Sloan's Harmony. It's a 108. And I took, let me see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. I just took a piece of green, you guys. It says Becky Thompson 2022 with a Sharpie. Just stuck it in the corner. It's fine. So this will look good hanging on a wall. Okay. This is such a big piece for the body. I'm going to take it to the ironing board. I'll be right back. My quilty buddy Lisa is coming back into town this week. I'm so excited. We're going to be at the ASG, American Sewing Guild Conference together in San Antonio. And then she's coming down to the coast with me, and we're going to hang out down there, me and Keith, my husband, and just spend the 4th of July weekend down there. So that'll be a lot of fun. Whoops. There's that tack down line. I forgot to take that one out on the Brilliance, I guess. I should have been paying attention. It's okay. It looks fine. It's perfect. That's the nice thing about doing it this way. Okay. So we're going to do that. And she just went to a class on Quilt Path because she has an APQS long arm. And Jeffrey, he's a Quilt Path instructor. And she just went on and on about he just absolutely knows this software backwards and forwards, and I'd like to take a class with him myself because the QCT Pro 5 software that I have on my Kanique 21 Pro is the same as the Quilt Path pretty much. APQS has a few things that are different in their software that's different from QCT, but the screens are the same, the buttons are the same, everything's the same. So be very interested to take a class with him, but she is going to give me some tips and advice on how to quilt Keith's Fox quilt that he made from legit kits. So that's still got to get done. Let's see. Oh, that looks so good. She's cute in pink. Placement line for the outer wing. Speaking of chickens, we got chickens. No, y'all. We've been talking about it for a while, and we used to have a cattle ranch, a 60-acre cattle ranch. And back in, was it 2020 we sold? Yeah, we sold it. We started thinking about selling it in 2018, and then in 2020 we finally sold it. And Lisa said, why on earth, don't tell me I stitched my pad. Nope. If I can't find it, I'm thinking, oh, what did I do with my ironing pad? Where'd it go, y'all? Oh, here it is. So Lisa said, why did you get chickens? I said, Keith misses his cows. So we were at the country store here in my little town the other day after going to lunch with the neighbors, and we got chickens. We got 6. They're Rhode Island Reds. Y'all, I don't know a thing about chickens. And it's so funny because I really bonded with the cows. I mean, we'd have a calf, and I just, you know, I mean, the calf didn't want to be around me any more than these chickens do. I don't know, it's a bird, you know. As far as I'm concerned, they're a food source. But Keith has gone all out. Oh, my goodness. He just built the most amazing coop out in the backyard. It's not done yet, but it's coming along. It looks really, really good. Let's see. Final blanket stitch on the outer wing. They're about 2.5 weeks old now, so they'll be ready to go out into the coop by themselves in the next, I think, month. 6, 7, 8 weeks old. They eat like crazy, my goodness. But they're fun. And my blue dog, she's a cattle dog, and she just, she knows there's something in that brooder box. So it's a big trough where we've got them right now. She knows there's something in there. She's like, oh, so cute. Okay. So what else did I get? I finished Machine Made by She Who Sews line. Got that done. Whoop, there we go. Show you guys that. And got the binding on it. This is why I machine bind, you guys. So it looks, let me get out of the picture so you can see it clear. So it looks good, yeah. And then this one again, in the pocket. I just popped a little tag in there, Becky Thompson 2022. Now I'm gonna hang this right above my ironing station because I've got a big expansive wall there. I've got a little thing coming down hiding the cord for the light that's over the ironing station, so it'll cover that a little bit, but I think it'll fit. I'm really excited about getting that up. That'll be good. What are we doing now? We have the placement line for the wattle. What else? Y'all do not, this hot mess behind me. Oh my goodness, I got so much going on. Oh, when I did the video on sewing with panels, this is the panel that I was gonna make a tote bag for my daughter-in-law. And one of y'all asked me what this was and where to get it. I found a link for it. It's a Timeless Treasures fabric because it doesn't have anything on the selvage, but I found a link for it, and it's on Etsy. I'll put it below on this video, so if you want to get it. I also put it below on that video. Hopefully it's still there. My first penny was in pink, was in a green. I like this much better. I like this much better. Now these little feet down here, I don't know if you can see them, these little feet, I used the scanning feature on the Brother Luminaire and just scanned in the line drawing pattern that Lori Holt had in the sewing guide for chicken salad. Just scan that in. And then traced it using the capacitive pen. I just traced it on the screen here and it turned it into a stitch file. You guys gotta love that. I think that's great. Okay, here we go. Blanket stitch for the wattle. So I put those down first. When I brought it over to the machine, the first thing I did was I pulled up that scanned line drawing, put that into the design, and then I did an ad, and I brought in the whole chicken design. Then I did another ad, and I put her name in there. And that way it's all in the same fonts, just like everybody else's. That looks good. What's next? Placement line for the beak. What else is going on? My grocery store, of all places, H-E-B, they have these clear, like, this is a drawer insert. Now this one's gonna go in the motorhome, but I got a whole bunch of them to stack jelly rolls and fat quarter bundles. Y'all, my fabric, oh, it's a hot mess. I'm telling you. I am in the process of going through all of my fabrics and trying to get them onto those comic book boards and get them folded right. I'm already saving space, but I had to do something. It just is getting out of control. Just out of control. I don't know if it's going to rain or not. My swimming pool is under control. Keith has been working at it for the last month. We're home a month. What day is it? The 28th. We're home a month today. It's finally blue again. We've been swimming in it, you know, hanging out in there while it was green. Oh, look, see, there's my tack down stitch. I don't want that. I'm going to go to needle plus minus and jump ahead one. There we go. Okay. And stitch. I don't even want to think about the cost that went in that pool. But it looks good now. It's really nice. I said, great. You just get it nice and it's going to rain and turn it green. That looks good. Okay. So here, I did not put the chicken's beak in the right order. I didn't think that I did. So I'm going to needle plus minus again and jump ahead till I find it. Because it was an afterthought. Yeah. It was an afterthought when I was doing the design. I was like, oh, I forgot to give the chicken a beak. I gotta go find some fabric. Hold on. I got my scrap basket. For all of these scraps have heat and bond on the back. So yeah, the next line is the tack down, which is good. So I'm just going to put this scrap over it and let it do its thing. And then I'll just take it out and trim it old-fashioned way. I need my Woolly Betty. You always want something firm underneath your hoop if you're going to remove it and do any cutting on there. I like to save my scraps. I was able to use 3 pieces of batting scraps to put the batting inside of She Who Sews. So that was kind of cool to be able to use those up. That was nice. And then this morning, I put Noma the Brave on the long arm and got it done. I'm in the middle, so that's finished, and I need to sew the binding strips together and get it on. Oh, wrong bin. That looks good. There's the final blanket stitch on that. Okay, now I'm going to go to needle plus minus and go backwards. So I can do the body of the chick. There it is. That is so handy to know how to do that. All the time I do that. Oh, that's too cute. I love applique. So fun. Yeah, my son, who's a pastor, got back from, they went to see a missionary family off to Indonesia permanently. They went to New York last weekend to go say goodbye to them. And so he was in Denver on his way back to Colorado Springs, and I texted him a picture of She Who Sews, and I said, let's play Find the Scripture. He's like, that's so cool. So that's pretty good. I've gotten 2.5 quilts completely done. And placement line for the wing. Just since the last time I talked with y'all, so that's pretty good. And then Thursday afternoon, I'm going down to the ASG conference in San Antonio, and I will be doing a live with all brands at 3:30 Central. So if you are so inclined, go on their YouTube channel and watch that, and I'll be there, and you can make comments and chat, and that'll be fun. And then I'm just going down there the next day just for grins and giggles to visit with you guys. See, I think, do I have the wrong wing? No, I think it's the wrong one. I need a different wing. Hold on. I just happen to have spare chicks and wings, because you never know, right? I don't know why I have spare chicks and wings, but I do. Let me see. Y'all, I cannot see. Where are my glasses? That looks good. Final blanket stitch on my wing. Okay, and then it's going to do the beak. So I'm going to jump ahead. Some stitches. Let's see. Okay, I need to do a thread color change for the eyes. Hey, if any of you are interested, I put 98 spools of Floriani thread on our Power Tools with Store website. 43 of the spools are brand new, never opened. The other 55, 43 are brand new. The other 55, there's at least 80 to 90% on the spools. It's gonna sell it for $100, free shipping. It's just, my machines have an attitude with Floriani thread. Some machines don't. If your machine likes Floriani, you guys, that's almost 100 spools for $100. You know, $1 a spool, free shipping. I'll be happy to send it to you. I just need to make room because I needed the cabinet space for because I'm starting to build up my exquisite thread collection from Dime, which this machine loves. Okay, now it's time for the name. Penny, do I need some extra? No, I don't think so. Okay. Also, we are completely out of the seam rippers. Keith's been working on chicken coop, right? But my son is going to put more of the ruler racks on the store site this week. I think he's got like 13 more he can put on. He put on 8. and they sold out within hours. And then he was needing more hardware for the back, so that came in right before he left for New York. So now he's back in New York. He said he was going to put those all on. But if you go on the store site, powertoolswiththreadstore.com, and search for the ruler rack, it'll say sold out. But click on the item, and then there's a button you can select to enter your email, and then you'll get an email notification when it goes on to the site. And I got to tell you, you need to check your email and be quick. Just a little word of advice. It's amazing. You guys are amazing. So what had happened was he moved. He and his family moved out of the parsonage where they were at Mesa Hills, and now they moved to a ranch and with her parents, and they're living there, and now he's got a big shop and he can generate more ruler racks. We're done. She turned out great. I love it. If you want to see how I square up the block, be sure to check out the Grace Quilt Camp, July 14th and 15th. I will be on the 14th, and we will cut this together, okay? All right, we'll talk to you soon. You guys go sew something. Bye.